And we're back. So we're just going to try and get this going today, and sort of struggling yesterday with trying to get this to not throw errors when we connect and run. So let's kind of continue off where we left off, kind of run it off, see what we're missing. And we kept getting this error popping up. We did fix a lot of other interesting things yesterday that we'll write tests around. But here we are, we're back, and this is the error we're getting. We're getting a bad TCP output port, and then we're getting this battle terminating. And argument error, this is the error here. So let's look back. And I believe it's this. I don't think this makes sense. We're going to take that out. And I was looking at our integration test here. And if we look at our int here, so here send int. We're just using byte to binary, so we're just going to use the same thing here. So we're just going to go over here and say byte to binary. Actually, I see another interesting problem here. We're actually just sending the number, so we need to send this here, byte to binary. And we should probably dry this up, make it a lot simpler. But for now, we'll just see if this frees us up here. So here we're going to do this. Let's see here, byte to binary. Oh, it's byte to bin. There we go. So I have to click to connect, so you can see that kind of spin up. And we right click, and there we go. It's actually not throwing the error anymore, so that's good. But we're not getting, we should be getting, where are we at? Player connected action. We should be getting this. I should say like log debug player ID, and we're not. But I have a theory on that. So let's just stick with what we have here so we can. So that looks cool. Very good. Okay, so let's kill the game server for now. We're gonna kill the game, and what we're gonna need to do is, I believe we're not getting any data here. Well, not there. We need the here. Our update is not being called. So we're going to need to set up a loop to call update. Luckily, we already have that. And we probably want to set it up here. This is our CPP TCP socket. We have our socket. Is this what we're working with? Yes. So we have our stream. And what we need to do is we need to plug into our main game loop, which I thought we had in here. We have our event notifier, and we have our subscriber. So I think we could just do our subscriber notifier right here. Subscriber notifier, subscribe, and we have event names, enter game loop, and handler. What we need to do, we could technically do this. So we'll just say like update socket. So there we go. No, actually we don't want to do that. We will just make it simple for now. Function void. And now we're going to do socket output stream dot update. And so we should be able to get our update. So we're just going to put a logger. So we had our logger here. Error manager. Error manager. Log debug update. So we should be getting that constantly now. So let's run this and see if that's the case. And come on, build. There we go. So we are getting that. So we're just going to say reading from buffer when we get data, and oops. And we should be able to only see that when we get some data in. That'll help us a bit more with our debugging. And let's do it. Okay. Our game server is started. So let's go to our game. There's our connect. And we broke something. Reading from buffer error not implemented. So wonder which one it was. Probably write unsigned int. Maybe? Or read byte. So let's take a look at our player connected, read unsigned int, and read unsigned byte. So read unsigned, oh that's right, unsigned. So read unsigned int is a problem. Do we have read int? So we'll just use read int here. So where's our, and let's read int. See if that solves our problem. We don't need to restart our server. And then hopefully we'll have this here and we can just start cleaning some things up, but we'll have some communication happening. And that's exciting. That's quite exciting. So let's do that. There's our connection. Still not implemented. Just double check here. Read int. Let's just clear this up. Read short. Read ETF. Read unsigned int. And read byte. Ooh, that could be our problem. But let's continue on here. Write unsigned int. Write ETF. Write short, and we'll just kind of track down what the problem is right now. Write object. Write multi byte is not implemented. I think that'll get us all the way there. Well, that's building. I'm going to go back through here and swap out our logger. And then we'll configure our logger. Okay. Over here, there, and read byte is not implemented. Okay, so I think that goes to our stream handler, I think. Read byte. Handler lookup stream bytes available. Handler read. Handler lookup. Read byte. So there we are. There's our problem. So we're going to do read unsigned byte. And I think we have that one. Read unsigned byte. Yes, we do. So let's do that. Let's get back to where we were here, replacing our debugging. This might be a problem, so we'll do player ID, and that's quick. So boom, we connect, and then we should be able to. Now we're still not getting our debugging on that piece. So let's go back. And we read our unsigned byte. Let's trace down our stream handler. Just going to say trace handler. Trace. So it's null, that could be a problem. We're just going to trace the action, checking up on that. And let's run her again. We're getting close. We're getting our debugging in. So we're going to debug stream, debug that. I think that's a lot of the debugging we were doing. So click, right click, socket stream handler, line 112. Okay, so that is not null. And so we're going to get, so I'm assuming the total bytes and the bytes available is what's going on here. Okay. So here, so it's saying that the total bytes on the handler for player connected. Player connected is expecting an int, which is looking for 4 bytes, and we're receiving 2. So let's take a look here. So I think what we need to do is we need to, I think we want to actually, because we're doing byte to bin, probably want to do num, actually let's look up here, read and it should be 4. So we're going to do num to bin once again on this. Num to bin. And then we need to pass it how many bytes. So that'll do that. So we're going to reconnect, right click. Oh, you know what? I need to start the server. Looks like we still have some. Okay, so undefined function debug on player connected. Import order. There we go. There's that. Socket connected, right click. we're expecting 4. I think what's going on here. So let's go back to this. Oops. I'm just going to do IO inspect on that one. And we probably need to find out where that UF is coming from, and then we could just run our disconnect on that. So we're doing a lot of interesting improvements here with our integration. So I bet it has something to do with this. Okay, so okay, so yeah, that's reporting 0. It's just reporting an empty string. So it's not right. It's not right inside. So let's try short to bin, which is essentially what we're doing. So if we did byte to bin, byte to bin, get a little bit clearer view what's going on here. Read bytes. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so we need to somehow make sure that when we do byte to binary, I think we had something going on here before that's reasonable. Okay, let's just kill that. So IXS mix, I'm going to do 1, and we're just going to do this thing dot, no, we want to use this thing, stream reader. Num to bin. So that's empty. So we do 2. That's 1. 3 makes no sense. 1. And that's clever there as well. So that's our problem child. So we probably need to drop this here. Let's do that. We should be able to compile lib game server util stream reader.ex. There we go. That looks wrong. 2, 1, 3, 4, 8. Had list. Let's put that here. Let's compile again. That looks better. 4, 2, 1, 3. Yeah, I like that. Let's try this out now. So I'm just drop a try catch around this and see if we can get some logging out of it. Put around the whole thing. No, don't want to put it on the whole thing because I want to find out where it is exactly. So we're going to do, make sure this is declared, equals 0. Catch the dynamic, see if this is the problem. So we're going to trace E if this pops up again. Alright, we're getting close. Very close. I've been saying that for a while, but we are moving closer every day, so it's not like we're moving backward. Well, in a weird sense, we're moving backward because we're just kind of hacking it into place, but we always go back and write our tests around it. So there's that, and seg fault. So that's writing 2. Say we want num to bin, to bin 4. So we didn't get any. I'm wondering if it had something to do with this addition. We'll see. If it crashes this time, we'll take that out and see if that was a problem. Ah, maybe it was. Let's undo this. According to this should be working. This should be the 4 bytes we need. So let's get this built. Come on, new bike. Reopen. And those are connected. No. So it's likely I bet it's this right here. If handler equal null. So like 200% this is the problem. 200%, yeah. Line 112. I already know it is. Okay, so let's go back to this bitch. Add that back in. Okay, so our we need to look at this over here. Byte to binary. I think we're going to do num to bin 1. Let's do that. So we only want to send 1 byte. I think that was the problem in the first place. Hopefully. All right. Reopen. Bed player. There we go. Clarity is a gigantic scary number. So I think we want to do this then. Let's kill this. Because of our Indianness. Okay. There we go. Clarity is 1. So that looks good. We finally connected it all up, which is pretty exciting. Interesting thing here is this is null. And so you can probably take this out. But it's pretty exciting. We're actually talking to each other now. The interesting thing is not sending again. So we do here, reconnect, send. So let's find out why that's happening. It should theoretically send multiple times. Is it because of this? Listen, socket, player, socket. There we go. Perfect. It's generating the send. Is this just repeating? Okay. Just happen to be repeating. So that looks cool. That's great. Alright. I think the only thing I'm slightly curious about is why we're getting a null. So what I'm going to do is, I did kill the server and didn't kill this. Okay, so that's pretty cool. If the error is EOF, equals EOF, I think we can do, yeah, EOF. I think let's just do close. So let's try that. So that stopped it. So that's cool. I'm gonna run around, and then we're gonna kill a server. Boom. And that's, oh, because we didn't rebuild it. That's fine. Need to rebuild it. Let's return it to the VTO store. So we have a lot of cleanup to do, but we actually have this in place. So I might leave it at that, just to make it like a nice successful connection day. So that's much better. Look at that. And then we kill the server. Closed. That's pretty good. So it's all closed. So that's great. Get to restart. And we'll connect and move the player around. Look at that. Beautiful. Ah, this is great. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill out this inspect. And it looks like at our config dev logger compile purge level debug maybe. Connecting. There we go. So this is what we expected to see here. On the Game Server Battle cast. Here, is that that? Line 16. Here? No. Line 16. Trying to track this down. Player connected. Okay, player connected, line 16. 16 stream, there it is. Game server start. And now we've got our debugging in place. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. and this is debugging where it should. Wonderful. Okay, so now we have to handle that error, bad file number. But let's take a look at what we've destroyed for a moment. Okay, we can take that out. That was our player connected action. Okay, and we'll keep that debugging in for now. We need to work on our logger a little bit, and we got lots of little things to update here. Player connected. I do actually want to take that logger out. What is it? Oh, that's actually in the player connected. That's in the action. So that's that. Okay, so we'll keep that there for now. We need to fix our logger so that we can actually get some better logging. So, first of all, let's run our unit test for our front end, and we'll get these fixed up. And like I said, I might even just do this offline. Get these unit tests fixed up, because now we got it working the way we want. Yeah, we've got only 3 fail. That's not too bad. This here is a map handler lookup test, and let's see here. That seems interesting. Okay. Should look at player from this thing. So, it's saying that player connected was nil. Handler. Trace stream sites available. And I'm wondering if the... So that one's probably fine. I wonder if the init is not being called. So let's go to look up init. Huh, strange. Get handler. Trace stream sites available. Ah, there we go. That's what it is. Read unsigned byte. And this one's probably wrong still too, but looks like the test passed regardless. So there we go. Nice. We have a bunch of stuff going on here that we need to take care of. CPP. So this we didn't make much of a change to that was testable. This we made this change, which we'll need to write a test for. Socket stream handler. Socket stream handler test. We'll just do a quickie stub here. Test should send data action or something. And this is going to be a fail. Insert fail unimplemented. There we go. So we want to make sure that fails while we take a look at this guy here, which is more of my concern. Plus others. we played around a bit with the closing. Probably take that out. The closing of the socket. And so let's do CPP socket input output stream test. And let's do the first thing. So we can take this out. I think those are probably fine here. And I think the problem is, you know what? We need to make sure that when we close, test should let's look at the close here. Close. We should probably set the input and output to null, but no, we don't. Okay, so what we want to do is, I wonder if we run connect twice, that could be a problem. So, okay. Should not try to connect more than once. Okay. And I think, where's our close at? Close. Okay. We'll just take this. Like that. So if we do connect a socket multiple times, verify. Okay. Let's do this. So that's 2 errors. Okay, that's fine. Was invoked 3 times. Okay, so here is, if we get this, we need to just check if connected returns. That should be easy. So we have this here. There we go, so that's great. And now, I wonder if we should do this. We have the handler test. I wonder if we can do ignore. Essentially a skip. There we go. I like that. So it's ignored. Alright. And now we don't need the fail anymore. So now we've got that into place. Should reconnect. And close this. Test. Should be able to reconnect if socket is closed. Boom. Okay. So I'm going to do this, and we're going to do this. This is going to be verified twice, and we're going to socket close. Connect the socket. I'll just stop that right now. Okay. We know it's going to fail. This actually will probably pass just because we actually have this set up. But just to double check. Nope. Alright, so it was invoked 1 time, expected 2 times. So why? Oh, because it's the socket stream. So that passes, so that's good. So now we could say should close socket. Should close socket if stream returns EOF. So we're going to connect to our socket, like so, and then we're going to make sure that our socket close verifier. And now I think we can actually grab something like this, bytes allocate, mock bytes. We could do this here, and we need to do our, I think it's going to be our input dot hi.
Hi. Hi.
Bye. Love you. Let's see here. So read bytes. Read bytes. Cast any. Cast any. Cast any. Throws EOF. And see if that does all that we need. Hopefully it does. And then we can just call this front end more complete. Yes. All right. Awesome. So we got that tested. So I think we've got all of our things that we changed updated. And we should, this is just good. I'm thrilled about this. So let's go to here. We got one more test, which is our ignored one. And we're just going to kill that, close others. And right here, our ignore, we're just going to just do this one. I think we can do this pretty quick. So, stream handler send. I'm going to do a mock IO handler. And we'll just do our handler close mock IO handler. And we should be able to say, what's our send out? Handler write, stream handler write. Handler. Oh, yeah. Where are we at here? So this would be handler write handler our stream dot verify. So that'll fail, and I know why, but I'm going to set it up anyways. And I need a mock IO handler. Stream handler test. Oh, we need to send a handler. And then we get our backend test cleaned up on Monday. But until then, we'll have this. So here it's failing. And what we need to do is we need to set up our start. I think. Do we need to set up connected callback? Okay. Do we need to set this up in it? Subscribe to connected. Yes, we're gonna need this. We're gonna need that. And so we're gonna put this here. I'm gonna say stream handler. Oops. Stream handler, start. And let's see if that does the trick. No. So, what's the problem here? Connected callback. So we need to do the connected callback. And this will be our stream. And we are passed. Socket streams handler connected. There we go. Look at that. Just gonna run it one more time to make sure that's cleared out. We have our logger in there. There we go. That is beautiful. And just for good measure, we're gonna run this one more time just because we did it. We have communication between the front end and back end, and it's just moving up from here. And then I'm gonna run the unit test for the back end to see how far off we are, and then get those tests fixed. We'll do those on Monday. So there we go. Look at that. We are getting, so soon we'll have it where the back end is updating, telling this guy where to run, or we're just faking in the front end. And then we can run two games side by side. You can see the two games communicating with each other. So that'll be a big step forward. So let's just do mix test, and this should be a nightmare. Oh, we only have this thing, so that's pretty good. So most of our tests still work, but we need a couple of updates to make sure this isn't happening. So great, let's do our commit, git status, git commit, updates from integration test with the backend, git push origin master, git tag 061020, oh, that's definitely wrong, 2016 0610 patch 0855, git push origin. So now we're there. Boom. Fantablio. Alright, I'm glad you guys are here. Glad you guys are following along. And we are going to really make this come together on Monday. Alright, thank you. And you guys have a happy